Hey guys, welcome back to No Catch Name. It's me, Ella. Today's Tuesday, so it's the day that I come on here and tell you what I've been crocheting this past week. Now I will say there's really not a lot going on. I mean, there's like a lot of finished objects, but they're really small. We had a crazy busy weekend, and I'll talk about that after I show the crochet. But I'm gonna hop into it. First, this hat, I've made it a while ago. I just thought I'd wear it today because it's cute and I like it a lot. I'll leave it links below, the tutorial that I used for it. I believe it was a video tutorial. I think it was. But I finished it a while ago. I've just wanted to put it on. Anyways, so this past week I wanted to work with some of my like Chanel scraps. And I also made some possums because I had that custom order, which I dropped off on Sunday. And I went ahead and made 4 more to use up that first skein of the gray yarn. And then I still have another skein of it, so I should be able to make 5 more possums. And I will do that maybe this week to have a market prep. So here are my possums. This is a free pattern on Instagram. You do have to have an Instagram account to look at the patterns on there, but you don't have to post or anything like that. You can have it completely private and all that stuff. So you don't have to like interact with strangers just to have an account. Anyways, it's a free pattern by Rumble Crochet on there. And it's my favorite little possum pattern. I've been using it. I've made a few different ones, but it's the one I always go back to. So here's one of them. I did make 5, like I said, so I got 4 here, and 1 is at its new little home. But this yarn is Yarn Bee Velvety Smooth. And that's all of it. So there's one of them. 2 more of them. They don't have their eyes. I gotta glue their eyes on. These little possums, I use little felt eyes that my sister makes. They're really small little eyes. They're smaller than ½ an inch. They're just a smidge smaller than ½ an inch both ways. So they're pretty small. They're so cute. They look so cute and fat. But I got enough yarn to make 5 more possums, and then I'll have pink, cream, and black left over that I can make other little things with, just to use up the yarn, you know. That's what I did last time. I made a bunch of octopuses out of the pink and cream, and then I had the black left over. So actually the black on these ones, their feet and their ears, are the first batch of possums black. But, so I got my little possums there. They're so cute. These are always popular. I usually put them towards the front of my table at my events, and they always draw people in. People, like, they see these possums and they just zero in on them. They're also one of the things I usually sell pretty quick. But those are my little possums. And then I wanted to make, I was just sitting on the couch one day. Let's see here. Story time. Gosh, I can't remember what day it was. It was last week sometime. Devin gets up out of bed at 4 a.m. to start getting ready for work, you know. And usually, you know, I go back to bed after waking him up. That particular morning at almost 5, it was still 4 something, almost 5, a big boom went off outside and the power went off. It didn't go all the way off, it just went super dim, like, I think it's called a brownout. A couple of things was still working very dimly, and then as time progressed, it all went out. Transformer behind us, not the one directly behind us, but like a little bit down, we can still see it from our apartment, had went out, and then, throughout the course of that morning, you know, he still went to work. Me and the kids got up because the power went out, you know. It ended up, while they were out there working on it, I seen the guys out there. There was like 3 bucket trucks and a bunch of guys on the ground, you know, working on it. It ended up blowing like 3 more times while they were out there working on it, which is scary. I was scared for them, you know. And they finally, so it was like 4, almost 5. About 10 o'clock that day, they finally had it all done and left. But the power kept coming on and going off. And but they finally got it fixed. But anyways, that particular day, the kids got up super early, so they both fell asleep in the living room a few hours later, you know. And so I was sitting there trying to be really quiet, letting them sleep. So I was working with my scrap balls that I happened to have around me, and so I was just pulling patterns that I had saved, you know, to try. And one of them was this mushroom. So it's a weird colors. It's like a pink and a yellow, and it's not done. I still got to put spots on it if I decide to do that, but I also want to put a little face on there, and it's a little mushroom pop, so it pops. I made 2 of the large ones for my last craft market. They were really big. They were really popular, and they sold pretty quickly. So I want to make a bunch of these littler ones so that kids have a better chance of getting one, you know, because I could have a smaller price point. The big ones are $15. But, so I just grabbed this pink and this yellow, which I believe the yellow is Dolphin Baby and the pink is Parfait Chunky. And it is another free pattern on YouTube by Cable and Canvas. And it is really cute. I like it. I actually made another one of these, but it's not working. The 2 yarns I used for it don't work well together. I used Bernat Blanket for it, and this is Bernat Baby Blanket, but it doesn't, see, it doesn't work. Bernat Blanket is just too stiff for the Baby Blanket to push it back the way it's supposed to be. So what I might do is I'm just going to finish this off, and then I'll probably use the tail to just attach the cap to the mushroom stem, and it'll just be like a regular mushroom or something. I don't know, because it doesn't work quite right. So that one was a mess up. This one works perfect. This one works, you know, the way it's supposed to. So I made one of those. I don't want to make more of these. I thought I'd make them just kind of in random colors, but I'm also going to make some red and white ones and some green and white ones. I thought kind of, you know, Mario-esque ones. But I liked it. It was pretty fun to make. It's all in one piece and it's pretty simple. I like it. Okay, the next thing that I made, I had a scrappy ball back here in this box of, I think it's Salty Chunky by Bernat in a pink color, and I made a pig. This is a free pattern, whoop, I almost dropped it, by Stringy Ding Ding. I've made this before, but in like worsted weight. Pigs are always popular at my markets. Any pig I make pretty much is real popular. So I saw the pink and I just wanted to make it. So I do need to do his face, and I'm going to put little nostrils and his eyes. But it's a one piece, you know, no sew pattern. The ears, tail, and legs are all worked on it as you work it. And it worked out pretty cute. I think I used like an H-hook on it, so it came out pretty decent size. Little piglet. I'd like to make some more of these. I got enough of this yarn probably, I think, to make one more. And then I'll just use other yarn, you know. People like having a variety to choose from. So I like making, plus, you know, I like making a variety. But it's a free pattern by Olive at Stringy Ding Ding on her website. You can also purchase the pattern if you would to. Oh, I forgot one of my patterns. I gotta go get it. Okay, I got it. Yesterday evening we were sitting outside, the kids were playing down in the yard, and I took some crochet out there with me and I made a tofu turtle. Trying to use up some of these scrap yarns that I have left over from the tofu turtles I made at my last craft market, or for my last craft market. So I just sat down and made one of them. So the orange is Parfait Chunky, is that right? Parfait Chunky? Yeah. And the shell is Bloom Chanel, I think is what it's called. But it's so cute. This is a paid for pattern, but I bought it when it was on sale. It's normally like $3 something, and when I bought it, it was like $1.80 something, 70 something, somewhere around there. And it's cute. He needs a mouth. I decided to put safety eyes on these because at my last market, it was all older people who were getting them, and I am going to put up warning signs at my next one and all that. So I think I'm going to try to still do more embroidered eyes. But every now and then, you know, I still want to use safety eyes and felt eyes and stuff like that. But I love these little turtles. I love making them. They're made in 2 pieces, but you crochet the head on. So you start with the head, and then you make the body. It starts with the shell and goes down to here. And then you crochet the head on. I always leave a long tail on the head to attach it to the shell, because if you don't, it's real floppy. Yeah, but he's cute. They were super popular last time. I had 5 and 4 of them sold. And just cute little turtle. So I'm going to be making more of these out of the scraps I have. I started another one, but the kids ended up getting ready to come in because it was, you know, the sun was going down, and so it was starting to get buggy and stuff. And June got really dirty. They were playing in the dirt and with chalk, so they were just very dirty kids last night. But so I got that done, other than his mouth, and yeah, I got the head done of the other one. The head is a blue color, and then I think the shell for it was going to be yellow. The yellow bloom, I think, is the one I was going to use for it. And then more scrappy projects. So these ones I made the same time I made that mushroom when the power was out the day and the kids were napping on the couch. So I was trying to be really quiet because, you know, the power was out, so it was very quiet in the house. And I wanted them to sleep because I knew they had gotten up way too early. So I was just sitting there. I had my scraps and I had my phone. So I was getting all these patterns off of Instagram. So I went and got the mini octopus pattern I like making, and I just started grabbing scrap balls out and making mini octopuses. These are things that I put in my $3 container at my markets, and they always sell really well to little kids. They always get excited that they can afford something, and they usually buy something and then later they come back and buy another one or something. I guess they go and ask for money. But so these are mostly parfait chunky scraps. Let's see here. This one is parfait chunky. This one. Sometimes I alter them. If my scrap is smaller, I take out a roll here, or I make it increase it a different way or something. But I will link the like base pattern that I use. It's an Instagram one. Did I already say that? It is by Crochet Critters by MJ. So there's two that I made, and then I made a pink one, and then I made a green one. These are the perfect chunky ones. This one is a Yarn Bee velvet yarn. It's not velvety smooth, it's a doorball. It's the baby version. And then this is a Bernat baby blanket one. So I do put eyes on these. I usually put felt eyes on them, or sometimes I'll stitch eyes on them, and then they'll just go in my $3 bucket at my market. And then the last thing I made that day while trying to be quiet is a gummy bear. This is also a free Instagram pattern. I'll link it below, but I forgot to write it down, so I can't remember who it's by. But I made a ton of these before, and they always sell too, and also my $3 container. These ones are super easy because they're no sew, and you don't have to do any facial features because gummy bears don't have facial features. So it's a quick little pattern, good little scrap buster, and kids love it. So that's all that I've been crocheting this week. So it is a lot of little things, but I don't know. Some of these things, these work up in like 10 minutes, if that. And I have been crocheting other things. I got a little stack here, but they're test patterns that I did for someone, and I can't show them until later this year into the autumn. And also I'm working on a custom like order type thing just to see if I can make it, and then I will end up making more if I can. So I've been doing more crocheting. I've just been doing behind the scenes crochet. And now I want to show you some little frogs that I bought at my thrift store. We went thrift shopping the other day, and someone donated their entire frog collection, but a lot of them were like cartoony looking frogs, you know, and I didn't want cartoony frogs. I wanted more realistic ones. However, one that I did buy was a little bit cartoony, but I had to buy these frogs. When I seen them, I couldn't leave them behind, so here's one. I love like cottage core things and also like witchy things, and I think frogs go into both of those categories. So it's just a little ceramic frog. It says made in China. That's all it says. It doesn't have like any markings, but it's just a little frog. I actually dropped him and he didn't break. I think these little spots chipped a little the paint when I dropped him at the thrift store. But he's still cute, so I still bought him. And this is the one that's a little cartoony because of his face, but I still thought he was so cute. His little coloring and all that. This one's still got the price tag on it. It's just got a little felt pad on it, so I don't know where it's from, but I just thought it was so cute. And then this last one was just, this is a little plastic one. It says Hong Kong. I just thought he was so cute. I couldn't leave him. I love little things too, and this was just so cute. Look at him. He's like a toad. He comes off more toady than he does froggy. I just love his little face. So now I gotta find somewhere to put these where June won't get him, because she is a very handsy kid. And I got my little frogs. I'll probably put them in here somewhere until she gets a little bit older, and then I can put them out. But I just love my little frogs. I wanted to share them with you. But yeah, I guess that's everything. Oh, I was going to mention the week that we had. It's just, we had truck issues. I hate car problems. They're so annoying. A little scary for a while. We thought maybe that something was going on with the transmission. However, luckily Devin is really good at figuring out things and working on things. So we were able to get it fixed. It was, I believe it was the spark plugs actually, because some of them, when he took them off, looked like they were messed up, you know. So, but he changed out the spark plugs and the coil packs, and now it's running perfectly. Like, it has had a single issue since. So it was one of the two. We were thinking it was, we were getting worried that it was the transmission because of the things that it was doing. The week before that, we had the transmission flushed out and put new fluid in it. That didn't help. We got an oil change because it was time to get an oil change. And then so this week we said, well, we're gonna fix the spark plugs and coil packs, which was kind of expensive. You know, it was like almost $500 to do those two things. And after that, if that hadn't worked, we would have been changing out the fuel injectors. So, but luckily, which was even more expensive. Luckily, I'm pretty sure it was spark plugs, because at least one of them, because the truck wasn't throwing any codes, you know, where it pops up on your screen and tells you, you know, to go get your engine checked. It wasn't doing that until we were heading up to my mom's house on Saturday to cook out. Then it finally threw a code, so we were able to put the thing in there and read the code, and it was saying that it was misfiring on cylinder 2. So when he did take off cylinder 2, because the spark plug is underneath the cylinder, if you don't know that, it had like it looked like it had superficially cracked, you know, like you couldn't really see a crack, but like you could see a defect. I don't know if that makes any sense in the spark plug. So we're pretty sure that's for sure what it was. They just took forever to throw a code. If it had thrown a code 2 weeks ago, we would have known what it was and, you know, could have fixed it then. But either way, it doesn't matter. It's fixed now. And there is still a couple more parts he's going to order to fix, like to tune up the truck, you know, just to keep it good and running. But car trouble is so stressful, especially when you only have one car. But we were able to get it sorted out, so I'm glad that we fixed it and it's been working fine ever since. So that's good. It is currently, you know, it's back up to date now with all of its fluids and things that needs to be changed, you know, occasionally. So we are good, but it's just so stressful worrying about stuff like that. Because, you know, Devin has to have a car to go to work. We don't live in a place where he can just walk to work or public transportation back and forth to work. First of all, my city doesn't have public transportation because I live in a very, you know, small town. Second of all, Devin works, it's an 11-minute drive to his work. It's like, I can't remember if it's 15 miles. I think it's 15 miles or something like that from our house. So he can't just walk to work. That was our little debacle this weekend. But luckily we got it done. So this coming weekend, hopefully, I'm going to go to Joann's. It depends on the yarn sale. I was going to go this past weekend, but there just wasn't any good yarn sales to entice me to go for the yarns that I want to make stuff for my craft markets. So I'm hoping, I think the new ad comes out on Thursday for Joann's on the 18th, because I think the current one goes through the 17th. So I'm hoping when it drops, it'll have some sales on it that will, you know, work for me to make it worth my while to drive 45 minutes to a Joann's. I also got to get some fabric and stuff. Yeah, so we're going to be hopefully doing that maybe Saturday. But we'll see. I don't know. It just depends on the sales. But yeah, I guess it's everything. All the patterns I talked about will be linked below, including this hat. I can't remember if this hat was a mushroom or if I just made it a mushroom. Oh wait, I think it was a hat pattern, and then there was another video on how to turn it into a mushroom. I think is what it was. Either way, it'll be linked below. I remember it being a YouTube video. I just can't remember who it was by, so I'll have to go figure that out for my past videos. But I'm going to hop off here, and I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow for Whip Wednesday. If not, I'll see you another time. Bye, guys.